Hello, my friends. You didn't think that you were rid of me that quickly, do you? No, Miss Morris is here to do your language lesson with you. So for today's lesson, we're going to start by doing our name and a number. First thing, here is Miss Morris's name. And go ahead and put your class number up there if you have one. Okay, adjectives. Let's remember the rules. First of all, for today's lesson, I'm going to need some colors because I have some color coding on the back. I am going to need my noun color, which is yellow, my verb color, which is orange, my noun marker color, which is red, and my adjective color, which is blue. Okay, but for this side of my sheet, I'm going to push those off to the side. I'm going to pick up my pencil, and I'm actually going to review the rules before I get into that good old coding on the back. Okay, adjectives. Adjectives are blue. Remember the rule. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Some adjectives tell what kind. For example, Corey the clown has a new suit. What kind of suit? New. He is wearing big shoes. What kind of shoes? Big. So let's keep on going using this pattern to help us. At the end of each sentence, I'd like for you to ask yourself, what kind? Like this. Number 1, look at Corey's frilly collar. What kind? Frilly. It's describing the word collar. Do you like his red nose? What kind? Red. Describing his nose. Corey has a fancy tie. What kind? Fancy. Corey has big gloves. What kind? Big. The word big describes his gloves. What funny buttons his shirt has. What kind? Buttons. Funny buttons. The word funny describes the word buttons. If you have your yellow, you can go ahead and underline those nouns in yellow. But what you need to really understand is that the word that is describing what kind is an adjective. So the word collar is not an adjective, it's a noun. The word frilly lets me know what kind of collar he has. The word frilly is an adjective telling what kind. Answer the questions about Corey the clown. Use the adjectives in the box, or we can think of our own. Let's take a look at our adjectives. I'm going to underline them in blue as I read them. Splotchy, fat, pointed, huge, short, happy, floppy, orange. How do Corey's eyebrows look? Let's take a look at your eyebrows, Corey. Ooh, they look pointed to me. They look like triangles with a point on the end. I think I'm going to use the word pointed to describe Corey's eyebrows. How does Corey's nose look? Let's look at his nose, guys. Wow. His nose looks kind of huge to me. And it's probably red, but we can't really see that. He has a huge nose. How do Corey's shoes look? Well, his shoes also look huge. He's got a huge nose. He's got huge shoes. But I don't want to keep using the same word over and over again. It says that I can use adjectives in the box, or I can think of my own. So instead of saying huge again, I'm going to choose the word large. It's not in my word box, but that's okay. I have permission from the directions to think of my own. He has large shoes, and that's how I want to describe them. How does Corey's tie look? Oh, here's his tie. His tie has splotches of paint all over it. This is his tie right here. These are splotches. So how does his tie look? I'm going to use splotchy. Splotchy describes his tie quite well. And finally, how does Corey feel about his new suit? Look at his face. He looks pretty happy to me. Happy is an adjective and describes. Now that we have reviewed that adjectives can tell what kind, let's turn our paper over and get ready to do some coding together. Ms. Morris is not going to code all of these with you because you should start to get better at coding to where you wouldn't need Ms. Morris for the entire paper. Let's start with making a key. All right. I am going to start with my yellow color, which represents what? Say it out. A noun. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. On to orange. Orange is my what? Do you remember? And orange is a verb. It's an action word. If you can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, it's a verb. All right, noun, verb. Ooh, who remembers what Miss Morris uses her red color for? I always say, woo, 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 stop. A noun is coming. These are for your noun markers. They are sometimes called articles. All right, so these are called articles, and I like to give myself a little hint. A, an, the. These little words are short and powerful. These articles stop us and let us know a noun is working nearby. Okay, and then finally, the blue color. Whoo, we've been using this blue. These are our adjectives, which I am going to abbreviate by writing ADJ period. Color code the parts of speech. Draw a blue arrow from each adjective to the noun it describes. Highlight the subject and the predicate. Miss Morris likes to do a chop instead. Okay, here we go. The heavy rain flooded the city streets. What is the first thing that you can touch? You can touch rain. That's right. And what else can we touch? We can touch streets. I like to think of nouns as things that we can touch. Now, that doesn't mean that we should touch them, and some nouns you can't touch, but that does help my brain to identify nouns. Okay, so rain is a noun and streets are a noun. Okay, the heavy rain flooded the streets. What did it do? It flooded, correct. And that's going to be my verb. I'm going to color it orange. The heavy rain flooded the city streets. Whew, whew, whew. I see a noun marker. It is letting me know that a noun has been spotted. The is a noun marker. I broke my crayon. I feel sad. I'm going to use this little nubby nub. It's going to let a broke crayon get me down. Okay. The city streets. The streets. Okay. Now, I have seen here with my noun markers that I've got two nouns, and I've actually got a word in between my noun marker and my noun. I'm going to tell you that that word is almost always an adjective. If you see a word in between your noun marker and your noun, it's almost always an adjective. Pick up that blue. The heavy rain flooded the city streets. What type of rain? The rain was heavy. And what kind of streets were they? They were city streets. Now, I know that you're thinking, I thought city was a noun, Miss Morris, because a city is a place. And I could absolutely see why you wanted to code that yellow. But it's actually being used to describe the streets. Okay. tell what kind of streets they were. A clever man invented the new toy. Ooh, let me get my yellow. What are the nouns? There is a man and toy. Okay. Now, let's say I didn't know. Like I was like, I didn't know there was a noun. I don't know which ones are nouns. Noun markers are really very helpful. If I know that I have a noun marker here and a noun marker here, then I know that I have a noun in this half of the sentence and I have a noun in this half of the sentence. So those noun markers help us out big time. A clever man invented the new toy. What did he do? He invented. That's right. So get that orange. He invented the new toy. All right, here we go. We've got some noun markers. A is letting me know, here comes a noun. A man. The is also letting me know, here comes a noun. The toy. And in between those, I can see that I have the word clever. That's telling me what kind of man. It is an adjective. And I have the word new. What kind of toy? A new toy. Boys and girls, Miss Morris has forgotten step number 2, highlight the subject and the predicate. So I'm sure some of you were probably screaming at the screen, Miss Morris, put your chops in. Okay. Number 1, the heavy rain flooded the city streets. The subject, it tells who or what. Who flooded the city streets? The heavy rain. So, the heavy rain is the subject of my sentence. The predicate, it tells about the subject. So, what happened to the heavy rain? It flooded the city streets. Predicates start on the verb, and they extend all the way out. So, the heavy rain flooded the city streets. The heavy rain is my subject, and the predicate is flooded the city streets. Notice it's beginning on the verb. All right, a clever man invented the new toy. A subject, it tells who or what. Who invented the new toy? You got it, a clever man. That is the subject of our sentence. A predicate, it tells about the subject. And what did the clever man do? Yes, he invented the new toy. Now that I've put my chops in, I'm ready to move on. The pretty woman bought a new car. What are the 2 things I can touch in there, my nouns? I hope you found woman and the word car. The pretty woman bought a new car. What did she do? She bought. That's right. That's our verb. I see some noun markers. The word the is a noun marker. It's telling me that the noun woman is coming. And I also see a little one, little itty bitty a. Got a big job. It's telling me that the noun car is coming. Now, Ms. Morris told you that if you see a word in between your noun marker and your noun, it's almost always a what? Adjective. The pretty woman bought a new car. The subject, it tells who or what. Who bought the new car? Oh, the pretty woman. Notice that the subject has to include the main noun. The predicate, it tells about the subject. What did the pretty woman do? She bought a new car. Look at number 4. A little puppy chewed the new shoes. Uh-oh, puppy's in trouble. Okay, let's look at the word puppy. It is a noun. What else is a noun? Well, I see a noun marker right here, so this lets me know there's got to be another noun in this sentence. Here it is. The word shoes is a noun. The little puppy chewed the new shoes. What did it do? It chewed. Uh-oh, bad puppy. Whew, I see some noun markers. They are announcing the presence of a noun, a puppy, and the what? Shoes. But I'm not done, because in between my noun marker and my noun, I see some adjectives describing what kind of puppy was it. It was a little one. What kind of shoes were they? They were new. The subject, it tells who or what. Who chewed the new shoes? Ah, you got it. It was that little puppy. And the predicate, it tells about the subject. The subject is the little puppy. What did it do? Ah, it chewed those new shoes. The predicate is going to start on the orange word on the verb, and it's going to extend all the way out. Okay, you have 2 to code now on your own. Number 5, the best class won first prize. Number 6, that white telephone rang. I want you to start with your nouns for number 5. Then add your verbs, your noun markers, and your adjectives. Then I want you to go on to number 6, that white telephone rang, and do the same thing. Hopefully, your answers would match Miss Morris's. Don't forget to put in your chops for your subject and your predicate. You can do hard things. Have a great day. Bye, my friend.